Right now, it's a special smoking good edition of Secrets of Louisville Chefs at the annual Green Egg Fest.
You cannot beat it.
Dozens of eggheads have converged on Brownsboro hardware, vying to become champions in a one-of-a-kind cook-off. We'll taste our way through the competitions.
It's delicious.
And watch as three of Louisville's top chefs go head-to-head in the main event.
It is awesome.
Hi everybody and welcome to this special edition of Secrets of Louisville Chefs. I'm Kevin Harnett at the annual Big Green Egg Fest. We're right here at Brownsboro Hardware off of Brownsboro Road. We're going to be watching three separate cook-offs, all involving food prepared on Big Green Egg ceramic cookers. We have a pro division where more than a dozen local chefs will be making their best chicken and pork dishes on the egg. Also, an egghead division for backyard grilling experts. And the main event between three of Louisville's top chefs cooking three separate dishes on the Big Green Egg. Competing today, Josh Moore from Villari Restaurant, Michael Dunbar from Corbett's and American Place, and Anoush Shariat from Anoush Bistro, which is just across the parking lot from Brownsboro Hardware. Cooking is now underway, but it's still to be determined if the home turf advantage will pay off for Anoush. My co-host, Tim Laird, is with him right now. Timmy? I'm with Anoush Shariat here. What was in the mystery basket, Anoush?
I have some salmon, some cherries, and let me look at the last one.
Oh, there you go.
Pea shoots. Thank you.
What's nice is Anoush kind of has a home field advantage. His restaurant is right over there.
Well, I'm gonna try to be nice.
That's you go get him, Anoush. You're used to these competitions, so.
Well, I appreciate the confidence, but hopefully I can deliver.
You go get him, Anoush. We
Thank
love you. All right.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Now I'm over here with Chef Josh Mora of Villari. Looks like he's already cooking things up right now. What you got in mind to do, Chef?
I'm gonna, of course, grill the Scottish salmon on the egg and do something fun with some grilled cherries, maybe a little bit of Maker's Mark on the cherries. Finish that, of course, with the pea shoots. Probably incorporate a little balsamic vinegar. I don't know what else yet. I'm still thinking.
You're still thinking.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
this really was secret ingredients.
It really
wasn't
was.
it?
Yes.
You did.
Yes.
They did not tell you ahead of time.
No.
So they're working with fresh Scottish salmon, a little bit of Bing cherries, and some pea sprouts. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens with all these secret ingredients. Sysco has provided a whole pantry of items that every chef can pick from. So they can take their secret ingredients, use anything from the shopping cart, all fresh, all ready to go, and all the chefs then can make their own unique dishes using their pantry that Sysco has provided for them. All right, we're with Chef Michael Dunbar from Corbett's. And you know what? You're the youngest competitor here, but you know what? You might have that on your side. I'll tell you what, you can move fast.
Maybe a little more nimble.
Now, 90 minutes. All the competitors only have 90 minutes to do three dishes: appetizer, entree, and dessert. So what are you cooking for dessert, Chef?
I'm gonna try to pull off a smoked pot de creme.
Wow.
So it's gonna be a time crunch, but I want to see if I can't pull it off.
And they all have to do it on the same green egg style and size. So this is gonna be big. These guys are fired up and hoping to cook their way to victory. We'll check back with them throughout the evening. Kevin? Tim, the Big Green Eggs are all over the place, and you'll find as many as you want right here at Brownsboro Hardware. The guy who knows a little bit about everything inside the store is the owner, Jim Lair. Jim, it's nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Listen,
Great to have you here.
well, you've done this for years, and thanks for having us, because to be a part of something, in the community and something that makes a difference is a pretty special thing for us. It's what our show is about, and listen, it's what you've done for the last number of years with this annual Big Green Egg Fest.
That's right. At Brownsboro Hardware and Paint, this annual event is a great event and a way for us to give back, locally owned and operated, and great local charities helping kids here in Kentuckiana. Blessings in a Backpack and A Recipe to End Hunger, two great charities that help local school children get nutrition through the weekend. They're getting a lunch and a breakfast at school, but many times they go home on Friday underprivileged kids don't have anything to eat, and so they got to go all the way to Monday before they get a good meal. This way they get a backpack, food, nutritious food that gets them through the weekend and helps their mind and body grow.
And we've seen 3 great chefs on the stage as well cooking up things. It's not just the main dishes, it's dessert and appetizers. These green eggs are pretty versatile. Tim. All right, I'm back over here with Chef Michael Dunbar from Corbett's. As you can see, he's cooked that salmon very nicely on the big green egg, adding some of those green pea tendrils that's going on. And part of the ingredients is they have to use all of those secret ingredients that they got from their box, as well as shopping from that great area that Cisco provided, which all chefs get an opportunity to pick anything else they want to enhance the secret ingredients and their dishes. Here goes the grits. I'm telling you, they're coming on. Chef's looking for the consistency. Very nice. Those look nice and thick. Are you happy with the grits?
I'm all right with them. I'm pretty happy with them. They're as quick as they came out.
He's checking them out. He knows they're going into the turn-in now. That's it. He's done. Anush, where are you on your dishes at this point in time?
Well, we're in appetizer. See, we're gonna do a Asian-style salmon with a cherry sauce, and I'm gonna do a roasted butternut squash for my entree and Sancho.
Tell me, what's in that sauce? I saw a smile come on that face when you did a little taste test.
That's the little chorizo sauce for my Asian-style salmon.
Nice, I'll tell you what. And you had a big smile when you tasted that.
It's
It must be all right and ready to go.
It's there, and we're gonna go in a minute. So.
That could be Anush's secret weapon. All right, Josh Mora is plating up his appetizer. Tell us about your appetizer you're plating up now, Chef.
We got grilled Scottish salmon, topped with a grilled peach jalapeno chutney, over top of some melted green onions. I'm going to garnish that with our Maker's Mark glazed sweet cherries, and finished up with some aged balsamic and pea tendrils for garnish.
Wow, looks good, Chef. I tell you what, you used all the ingredients, so that's going to be great. And look at the way the peach came out. Are you happy with that?
Yes, very much so.
That looks good. I'll tell you what, I guess we'll find out when the judges decide what's happening on the first course. Here we go. I'll tell you what, Josh Moore is always about presentation. Look at that. Yes. There's the finished dish ready to go. And you're heading to the judges.
Yes, heading to the judges.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Kevin, this is getting interesting. We have so much more coming up from this one-of-a-kind cook-off right here at Brownsboro Hardware. When we come back, we're crowning champions in 2 divisions, the best pork and the best chicken, all made on the Big Green Egg. Plus, we'll see who comes out on top among our 3 top chefs battling it out on the main stage. This is Secrets of Louisville Chefs at the Big Green Egg Fest, and we'll be right back after this.
Secrets of Louisville Chefs is served in part by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you, the Kentucky Beef Council, beef, it's what's for dinner, and by Northwestern Mutual, who's helping you build your financial future.
Dine out downtown with a true taste of Italy at Vincenzo's, voted best of Louisville again. Lunch, dinner, and all your special occasions. Every meal is a meal to remember at Vincenzo's, Louisville's only authentic Italian restaurant. Vincenzo's at 5th and Market Streets.
Get the guide for Louisville's restaurant scene, Louisville Eats, with menus and more than 300 local listings, plus interviews with top chefs and beautiful foodie photography. Louisville Eats, a supplement of Louisville Magazine.
CY Esquire magazine says the one meal to have in Louisville is at Ceviche, Nuevo Latino cuisine, prepared by Anthony Lamas, 3-time James Beard nominee for Best Chef Southeast, sustainable meats and seafood, and private dining for special events. Ceviche, spicing up the South on Bardstown Road.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Secrets of Louisville Chefs at the Big Green Egg Fest. 3 top local chefs have been cooking 3 dishes each for our judges. All right, Anush, you turned in your first appetizer. What was it?
Asian-inspired salmon. We did it with a kohlrabi, cherries, salad, and a broccolini salad.
What are you on to next?
I'm gonna try the entree, and I gotta start on dessert. That's
All
the
right.
longest. That's the longest.
I'll tell you what, these chefs have to keep moving in this show because, again, they have to turn in 3 dishes in a 90-minute period, and we are in a heat of competition. Chef Josh, where are you on your dishes? I know you've turned one in. What's next?
I'm working on my main course right now. I've got my elk rack in the egg right now. Got a Woodford Reserve bourbon salt rub from Bourbon Barrel Foods. What I want to do with that maple syrup, I'm going to do some kind of a bourbon maple syrup reduction to finish that dish.
I'll tell you what, and Josh, you know what? I've been in your kitchen. You actually have a big green egg at your Villari kitchen and your home kitchen.
I do.
So you know your way around the egg pretty good.
I do. I haven't had it long, but I've used it quite a bit. I love it. I love it.
All right, Josh. Good luck.
Thank you.
These 3 chefs are the main attraction, but I'll tell you what, it's not the only competition that's going on. Kevin, tell us what's happening. Well, that's right, Tim. In fact, we're out here by the big green eggs, and I'll tell you what, look at this. Doesn't that look delicious? So let me introduce to you one of the eggheads out here. This just happens to be Mark Kuhl from Northwestern Mutual. It's nice to see you.
Thanks, Kevin.
Your hands are a little messy, but this is all part of the deal, isn't it?
Yeah, you got to, I mean, if you're going to be a professional, you got to get in there and get involved. And so we've been here since about 6 a.m., and we're ready to turn in now around 2:30, and then you cross your fingers and pray.
Now, listen, we have different divisions out here. You're just one of these backyard
Nut jobs.
Yeah, eggheads, so to speak. Tell us what you've made today.
So what we've made is a competition-style rib, which is a spare rib that's had the flap cut off of it. It's called St. Louis style, so it presents a nice block. And then we cook that for about 4 hours, and when we wrap it, we put down agave nectar and brown sugar, and it creates a nice little bath for it. And then whenever you cut it, it tastes delicious.
That's the kind of bath I'd like to take about right now.
I agree.
Is there something I can try here?
Yes, you can try this bite right here. Go down towards that end right there.
Oh.
There you go.
That's pretty
Lots
good.
of sugar, lots of savory, lots of sweet, lots of heat. That's where you need it.
I'm not a judge, but if I were, I'd give it a 10.
Okay, well, I appreciate that immensely. Thank you very much.
You know, the main competition's going on up on the stage, and besides, I've got things to do here, Tim. Let's get checked with Tim Laird, who's up there with the chefs. All right, I'm back over here with Chef Michael Dunbar from Corbett's. Chef, what do you got going on? I see your corn here.
I'm gonna do a roasted corn puree, local corn from Galrain Farms. Try to do that with a little bit of Gary Farms potatoes. We use Gary Farms at the restaurant a lot. I like to plug his name a little bit there.
You do, because you take care of the local farmers too.
We try our best.
They're very
right,
local and they're
right.
good. So what are those guys again?
David Gary Farms, Gary Farms.
Excellent, excellent. And if you think this all looks good, wait until you see what Kevin Harnett has found over in the Cisco tent. And boy, they have really rolled out quite a spread here. You can see from the brats to the pork to the chicken to the ribs. They have it all, even shrimp out here and pizza, all made on the big green egg. George Cesare, nice to see you.
Kevin, good to see you.
Anytime I see you, I say, hey, there's good food nearby.
Well, that's what we do, and we're really glad to be involved here at the Green Egg Fest. You know, it's great to see all these amateur green eggers out here, along with the professionals, embracing the green egg as a part of their culinary repertoire, because this is such a big fad and such a big part. It helps to set us apart and helps to enhance our reputation here in Louisville as one of the greatest culinary cities.
You know, over the last probably 5 years or so, this whole green egg thing has just exploded. I mean, I see it in ads. It really is a thing to have. It makes cooking fun, I guess.
Yeah, it really does, and it's been highlighted on some television shows, local shows in particular, but it's also something that you see embraced really all across the country. And we've been involved out here, I think, for 4 years now. And of course, it's a great charity that we also support. Anytime that we can be involved with curbing hunger and trying to feed people, of course, that's what we do.
Yeah.
So
Well, and you've done it well here, both for those who came hungry and those in need. But let me tell you, the taco bar you all set up out here?
Oh, the taco bar was a big hit. The green egg lends itself beautifully to cooking those smoked meats that just taste so great on a taco.
We appreciate everything you all do in our community, and for our show, George from Cisco, thank you.
Thank you very much, Kevin, as always.
Well, they say good things come from Cisco, and you can see why. We have so much more to come right here from the Big Green Egg Fest.
Italian at its finest. Villari. Inspired cuisine by Chef Josh Moore. Intimate dining, private events, and year-round patio seating. Savor Villari. Cocktails and dinners 7 nights a week. Villari on Frankfurt Avenue.
Olive oil is an essential part of a healthy, low-cholesterol diet, and it comes in all flavors at Z Olive, home to the finest extra virgin olive oils from around the world. And you can try all of them before you buy. Z Olive also has a wide variety of fine balsamic vinegars. Great low-cal flavorings for everything from ice cream to steaks, marinades, and glazes. Z Olive makes the perfect gift, or make it your secret ingredient. Taste the finest at Z Olive in Westport Village.
The best Mexican food in Oldham County is at Gustavo's Mexican Grill. Sizzling fajitas, seafood entrees, and all your south of the border favorites. Sit down for lunch or dinner, or come by just for the margaritas. There's a full selection of domestic and imported beers too. Fresh, authentic Mexican food at Gustavo's in Crestwood and LaGrange.
Brasserie Provence on Hurstbourne. Authentic Southern French-style comfort food, traditional Provençal cuisine, and daily chef specials served in a casual brasserie atmosphere. Brasserie Provence on Hurstbourne in the Forum Shopping Center near Shelbyville Road.
Welcome back to a special edition of Secrets of Louisville Chefs. This time we're at the annual Big Green Egg Fest at Brownsboro Hardware. There are more than 100 green eggs fired up for this unique cook-off involving backyard eggheads and plenty of professional chefs too. Our main event features 3 top local chefs: Josh Moore from Villari, Michael Dunbar from Corbett's, and Anoush Shariat from Anoush Bistro. They're making 3 dishes, each on their big green eggs: an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert. So let's check in with my co-host Tim Laird to see how the competition is unfolding. I'm over here with Anoush Shariat, who's plating his entree. Anoush, what do you got?
I've got a sunchoke puree with mustard, and I'm doing that as a sauce for my venison.
That's perfect. That'll be a nice compliment to everything you have on the dish.
The sunchoke puree, oyster mushrooms, broccolini, roasted carrot, roasted butternut squash.
By the way, he's also added another side, a little au gratin potato in a cast iron skillet that cooked on the green egg as well. Now I'm over here with Chef Josh Moore of Villari. The elk is being cut. Chef, what do you think? That looks absolutely gorgeous.
Great char on the outside.
That's the color you want. The char on the outside, that beautiful color on the center, that is incredible. You can see precisely on how he's working with his plate with all the foods he has to work with. Chef, now what's that ingredient? I didn't see that.
It's a black salt. All right, this is the reduction, maple syrup, black raspberry, bourbon.
And of course, Chef's not done yet. He always has extras. Now what's going on, Chef? A little basil oil?
Basil oil and a little bit of paprika oil, smoked paprika oil.
Completed dish, ready to go to the judges, and they're being turned in now.
Black raspberry, maple syrup, bourbon reduction, sunchoke, Granny Smith apple fennel slaw with gorgonzola, good asparagus and heirloom tomatoes with black sea salt, and a little smoked paprika to finish.
Back with Chef Michael Dunbar of Corbett's. I'll tell you what, Chef, tell me about your entree. This looks absolutely fabulous. How'd you do it? And I like that technique. It was actually back in the egg to get some more smoke.
Correct, back in the egg, a little smoke, heat it back up. I've got a fricassee of peppers and the sunchokes. I've got Galron Farms sweet corn puree. I've got David Gary Farms, Peruvian purple potatoes, Yukon gold potatoes, as well as his Roma beans. Of course, the rack there that I coated in a Dijon mustard and some fresh herbs de Provence. And then I've made a brown sugar, bourbon, and pomegranate barbecue sauce to go on top of it.
Wow, that's going to be a sweet combination that's going to go well with that elk. Here it is. Here's the topper that makes it special again. It's one of those finishing touches that could make or break a dish.
Hopefully it makes it. Dijon crusted rack of elk with a pomegranate, bourbon, brown sugar barbecue sauce.
All right, the crowd's going crazy over Anush Shariat's dish over here. Wow, it's like a magic show. What's going on here, Anush?
A little dry ice. We're making ice cream.
Wow.
Actually, it's called yogurt. I'm making yogurt sorbet, so it's yorbet.
I love
it. So I'm having a peach yuzu cobbler.
There's only 13 minutes left, and Anush has only had one dish submitted. He's now racing to get the entree and the dessert in before the clock runs out in just under 13 minutes. Kevin, I got to tell you, looking at all these dishes, it's going to be tough to pick a winner. Well, hey there, Tim. You're right. It is going to be tough, but that job falls on the shoulders of two judges, and I happen to be with them right now. Let me first introduce you to Ray Lempe. Ray is called Dr. Barbecue, the chef for Big Green Egg. It's nice to see you here. And all the way from St. Petersburg, Florida, you have the tough task of trying to pick a winner. How do you do it?
I'll go anywhere for a free meal. You know, you want to look at the overall impression. The appearance is important. Taste is really important, but these guys are good at taste. To me, texture is really a deal breaker. If you don't get it cooked just right, doesn't mean real tender or real tough, appropriate for what it is, I think that's the key.
And a big help happens to be the Big Green Egg.
Well, of course, they were able, if they can't cook right on a Big Green Egg, it's their fault.
And the chefs were using some bourbon, Woodford Reserve, Maker's Mark, a number of other local products. Jane Connor is here, and Jane, you work at Maker's Mark down in beautiful Loretto. I have family there, been there a number of times, but hey, this is one of those events where you never say no, right?
You never say no, and it's so amazing what they can do with bourbon, using it to add depth and character to their dishes. It's just amazing. It's really remarkable what they can do with bourbon.
Well, they certainly had an opportunity to use it tonight, and we will wind up seeing who did it the best coming up.
I can't wait to see who won.
That's what everybody at home is waiting for as well. You'll have to stick around, a quick commercial break, and then we'll crown the Big Green Egg champion.
Secrets of Louisville Chefs is brought to you in part by Comfy Cow, crazy good ice cream.
Flavors and imaginations run wild at the Comfy Cow. It's crazy good ice cream that's made with the finest ingredients and our handcrafted touch. We even make the ingredients from scratch, from cookie dough and bourbon balls to blueberry cobbler. Try some at one of our 7 local scoop shops, fine restaurants, and local grocery stores, including Kroger. The Comfy Cow, crazy good ice cream.
Cozy up for casual fine dining at Gary's on Spring. Contemporary American cuisine in a warm, inviting atmosphere. Enjoy happy hour or an exquisite dinner from Chef Harold Baker. Gary's just off Lexington Road on Spring Street, miles apart from the rest. Gary's on Spring.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Secrets of Louisville Chefs. I'm Kevin Harnett alongside my co-host Tim Laird. How much fun has this been?
This has been incredible. I'll tell you what, they had a record crowd and they had everything on the Green Egg. I mean,
look at this.
Everything: ribs, chicken, cobbler, pork belly. Oh, I mean, it was just non-stop, everything, and it all delicious.
You mentioned a record crowd, not only in people, but we had over 60 eggheads out here cooking, along with 3 top chefs from the city. To see it all come together, all on these green eggs, has been a lot of fun.
I'll tell you what, this proves that we are a foodie city and we have arrived. This is awesome.
It really is. And you know what it's time for?
It's time to crown some champions.
3 top local chefs have been cooking 3 dishes each for our judges. We'll see who came out on top in the main event coming up. There's also a pork competition and a chicken competition. More than 60 professionals and backyard eggheads are taking part in those categories in 2 different divisions. It's time to crown some champions. What do you say? We'll start with the professional pork division. We have the trophy right here. Jim Lair will present the trophy to our winner. And this year it goes to Lawrence Agnew from Crushed Ice Catering. It's time for the professional chicken division. From the same company, Crushed Ice Catering, Zachary Tackett. Gary Christer for Egghead Pork. All right, Jim, we're ready for Egghead Chicken. Dan Lambert and Doug Eller. Come on up. Congratulations. Congratulations to those winners, and now it's time to find out who the winner is of our main event. Josh Moore from Villari prepared Scottish salmon on wilted scallions over grilled peach chutney with aged balsamic vinegar. Elk with maple bourbon black raspberry reduction. And for dessert, grilled peach flatbread with caramelized bacon and brown sugar crumble. Michael Dunbar from Corbett's prepared salmon chorizo grits with tendrils, summer vegetable salad, elk with sweet corn puree, heirloom potatoes, and a fricassee of peppers. And for dessert, smoked vanilla pot de creme, compote, and candied bacon. And Anush Shariat from Anush Bistro made Asian salmon and kohlrabi with Bing cherry salad, elk with a sunchoke mustard puree, and for dessert, peach cobbler with yogurt sorbet, along with candied bacon and grapes. The winner of this year's Big Egg Fest Cook-Off, Josh Moore. Congratulations, Josh, on behalf of Jim and his staff here at Brownsboro Hardware, Steve and his staff at Cisco, from all of us at Secrets of Louisville Chefs, congratulations. There's only one trophy, but in my opinion, everyone who competed today is a winner. Thanks for joining us for this special edition of Secrets of Louisville Chefs, and a big thanks to everyone who made this event possible, including Cisco and Brownsboro Hardware. I'm Kevin Harned for Tim Laird and all of us at B&B Productions. We'll see you next time on Secrets of Louisville Chefs.
Savor fine food and wine on Frankfort Avenue at Veronese. Enjoy the redesigned dining room and lounge for cocktails, dinner, and private events with seasonal signature dishes from Chef John Veronese. The place to be is at the V Veronese.
St. Matthews is home to about 17,500 Louisville residents, and its streets are lined with house after house. But a different kind of house put this area on the map in the 1800s. Back then, St. Matthews was known for its greenhouses. German immigrants Henry Nans and Henry Nooner started a flower growing business here, which covered 30 acres of St. Matthews. From Molly Malone's to Burger King, back around and several blocks of Breckenridge Lane. At one time, as many as 60 greenhouses covered this ground, growing all kinds of plants, flowers, but especially roses. 165 years later, the greenhouses are gone, but the business is still a fixture of the community. Nans and Nooner is now Nans and Craft, and its history is now uncovered.